Hey, what's going on, world? This is Antonio, and I hope everybody's doing good out there. And the reason I'm making this video today is because I wanted to talk about something that it gets addressed, but sometimes it doesn't get addressed enough when it comes to young melanated men in America. And it's dealing with mental health and also trauma that we might have received when we were younger that we didn't necessarily register as being trauma, and trauma induced because of interacting with the opposite sex. um, when I begin this, first of all, let me say that I'm somebody, mental health isn't something unfamiliar to me. When I was 12 years old, I started dealing with depression and bipolar disorder and all that stuff. So, I developed my own forms of coping mechanism through the years. And also, I mother who dealt with depression and family members and so on and so forth. So this isn't a foreign topic to me. And I just wanted to bring it up because I don't think enough men make enough videos when it comes to the things that they've been through that might have put them in a particular state of mind when moving forward in life. Me, one of my coping mechanisms for mental health was sex. I basically developed a sex addiction when I was young, as a teenager, going into adulthood. And it's not something I really talk about a lot, but if you read up on bipolar disorder, you'll see for some people one of the things they deal with is hypersexuality. But all that aside, I wanted to bring up something that occurred to me when I was a senior in high school. And this was 1996. It's my second year in JROTC. And during my second year, I was moving up through the ranks, getting all these awards, so, doing my thing with it. But early in the year, I can't remember, I think it was like October, we took a field trip up to Maine, to the Sears School where the Special Forces do their cold weather training at. And it was our school and all the other high schools in the city of Norfolk, Virginia. And when we went up there, one of the schools, Norview, actually had a female chaperone. And she was a Navy girl. She was like 24, possibly 25, but I think she was 24 years old. And she was bad. She was fine, like 5'3", thicker than all outdoors, sexy as hell. Everybody looking at her like, damn, she bad. To the point that when we actually got up there, all the Navy SEALs and all the military dudes was hitting on her and stuff. And yeah, she was standing out in the crowd. But it was crazy because for some reason, I ain't gonna say some reason, I was a nice looking dude in school, but she kind of took to me. And I remember we had like a couple hours bus ride up from the base to the to where the Sears School was at up in the mountains, like 3-4 hour bus ride. I can't remember how long, but I mean, we getting on the bus, sitting down, and she sat with me. And remember, this is a bus full of high school students, and we got the commander and Master Chief up sitting up front, and this Navy girl who was a chaperone. I'm not gonna say her name, but I'll just say that her last name was Jackson, so Miss Jackson. And I remember she sat with me, and the whole time we sitting in the back, we chilling, doing our high school things, cracking jokes. I gotta be the man back there. We cracking jokes, having fun, just doing it up. And I remember at one point, I set my head back. She let me chill with my head in her lap. And everybody looking at me like, oh shit. I'm like, yeah, nigga, it's me. So anyway, we get up to the Sears School and we kicking it. We was up there for a few days, and I remember it was cold as hell up there, first of all, and she was just looking out for me. She was giving me snacks and all kinds of stuff, like being extra friendly, nice. Like I say, all the Special Forces dudes hitting on her and whatnot. Anyway, I remember sneaking over to her room one night. She was in the room with a couple of other girls, and me and like 3 or 4 other dudes snuck over there. We had a curfew. We was like, man, fuck this curfew. So we standing in the hall, spitting game, talking to her, whatever. It is what it is. So I remember we got delayed by like a day, but eventually we flew back. And I remember as soon as the plane landed, we exchanged numbers, and she went home, changed, came straight to my house. Keep in mind, I'm 17, staying with my dad in high school. she came over there and she fucked the shit out of me. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, we fucked the shit out of each other, but she put some of that older woman stuff on me that I won't expect it. Keep in mind, she was 24. I'm 17, so I'm like this October, so I'm 4 months away from being 18. You know, but anyway, we started dealing with each other. I mean, I was going over there kicking it with her every day. We was vibing. I ain't gonna lie, I was feeling her. And like I say, she was sexy, man, like a little short. And I've come to find out she was stripping on the side. So it won't just she was in the Navy. She was doing her thing, doing strip parties and all this. You know, kind of a little wild child, but cool. And I don't remember where she was from, though. I think it was like the Midwest, maybe Ohio or something like that. But I'm not certain. But anyway, we was vibing. We started feeling each other. So I remember she had a 96 Chevy Blazer, green, had a system in it. She used to let me drive this thing and whatnot. I still only had my learner's permit, but she used to let me drive her car, blah, 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 all this, and like, just kick it. We vibing, man. I used to stay the night over her house. She would drop me back off to my house in the morning so I could go to school and whatnot. Keep in mind, my dad ain't give a shit. He a man, you know, whatever. But I just remember at some point, she was feeling me so much that it actually bothered her. And at some point, there was like a little flip of the switch. And instead of kind of vibing with me, she started being mean to me. She started saying little sly shit to me, like, I can't believe I'm falling for your little young ass and shit like this. And like, what the fuck is wrong with me? I can't believe this shit and whatnot. Like, really I used to just kind of sit there like, what the fuck, scratching my head. Because it got kind of aggressive at times, the way she was talking and interacting with me. And it bothered me because I'm a playful, laid-back, chill dude. And I remember at one point she had a friend. And I remember they picked me up from basketball practice. I was playing rec ball. And I remember driving back and her friend talking like, ooh, I heard all about you, Tony. And I need to tell you something, but I want to fuck you real bad. And Akila too. I'm looking like, the fuck? And Keela ain't say nothing. Oh shit, I didn't even say her name. Anyway, but yo, she looking at me and saying this to me, an old girl. I'm like, yo, I didn't know what to do. I'm 17 and and her friend was finer than her. Like a thick ass, badass Kelly Rowland. And anyway, like, I remember at one point she got pregnant. And she went and got an abortion and was just talking shit to me about it. Hey, your young dick got me pregnant and I'm not about to be having no babies and this and that, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, it just, the way she started talking to me and treating to me, it really started fucking with me. Because I was really liking this girl, and the fact that she was actually attracted to me it upset her so much, and I couldn't quite grasp it, to the point where, like I say, she really started treating me bad. Like, it was like psychological trauma. Like, why are you talking to me and treating me like this if you actually like me? And then your friend coming over and you trying to get your friend to fuck me. And it wasn't, in retrospect, and I was nervous. I was scared as hell. I didn't know what to do. My 17-year-old ass, this woman hitting on me and she not saying nothing. And I'm like, older, I'm thinking about, man, if this was role reversal and I was a 17-year-old girl and this was two grown-ass men trying to fuck me, and it would be so much different. But like I say, in retrospect, it wasn't until I got into my late 30s, early 40s, realized, because just the amount of anger that she had towards liking me really threw me off. And I didn't understand how a woman could just switch up like that. And then right after that situation, I started dealing with the woman that I eventually married, and that just led to a whole nother type of basically psychological trauma. Like, when you're a nice guy trying to be a gentleman and you got women who just can flip the switch on you like that, it'll fuck you up. And it kind of left an impact on me long term that I didn't realize it did. But anyway, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet like that for right now. Maybe I'll come back to it later or come up with some other stories. Anyway, y'all be good. Peace.